Who's there? Tell me something where I know if I'm going or not. I depend on you to find out what the hell's going on because it's good. It does work. It does work. There's some real weird fucking issues with this damn channel. Really weird. How's everything going on up there? You one of those Yankees, ain't you? If I ain't mistaken, I think ain't you one of those real Yankees, one of those New York Jokers? God bless you. You one of them country New Yorkers, or are you close to the city? I know there's two types of New Yorkers. Country niggas. It works. Thanks, Thunder. You got country niggas or city niggas in New York. That's pretty much all there is to it. That big old city, oh God, that runs every fucking thing in the world. Sometimes I wonder what runs things the most. I'll be damned. So you right in the middle of it. That's cool as fuck to me. That is. I probably done told you before, I knew a black guy from Flatbush one time. Yeah. One of the coolest dudes I ever fucking seen. That ain't no shit. I'm talking straight up brother to me. Always will be. I'll never forget it. He wasn't nothing like these goddamn black ass Georgia fuckers down here. He was straight. Cause I don't know how you feel about, race or anything like that. I really don't. I'm telling you, that dude was cool. He was. Kind of fucking weird when I think about it, how my fucking life. My best friends were either from New York or fucking Rhode Island. It's kind of stupid, kind of crazy. I ran away at 13 to go to Massachusetts to get the fuck away from here. Thunder, I'm trying to lay off on the drinking a little bit. I woke up today in such nerve shock. I was telling Tanya that, my God, if I don't fucking slow down, I'm gonna wind up with a fucking liver disease, heart attack, fucking stroke, some shit like that. Even though they're just beers, they add up. I've got to slow it down. I've got to chill out. I just ain't 22 no more. Matter of fact, it's 42. It'll be 42 this October. 42 and 22, very far apart. Very far apart. Seems like every 20 years, you know, you get a whole new twist, transition in life. Everything you think is nothing like it used to be. I'm lucky because my body still works pretty much the way it did, but time has taken a toll on my mind, so to speak. The worry, the doubt, the fear, all those things, they add up. You can't just, and you can't drown it with alcohol. You can't drown it with anything. So you just hit 40. Dude, I would give you some encouragement, but I'll be honest with you. Here in the next 2 years, you're probably going to go through exactly what I'm talking about. Once you hit real mid-age there, then it really sinks in. It really fucking sinks in that, hey, half of my life is gone, and I probably won't live to be another 40 years and 20 if I'm lucky. When you're in your 20s, you don't give one shit about that. You think that, hey, I'm gonna live forever. Yeah. Oh, fuck, the world is my oyster. Yeah, until you hit fucking 40. It usually kind of hits around 38, or that's where it did me. I started thinking about it around 38. And then once 40 hit, and then 41, yeah, my life is almost over. This little space ride is just about complete. And I'll be lucky if I live another 10 years, another 20 years. 30 and 40 would be a long goddamn time, and I would be very lucky. And I tell you what, I'm about to be 42, and all these thoughts are really piling up. They're piling up, and if I live through this, I swear I'll probably have a big breath of fresh air, so to speak. Yeah, I know. Fuck kids, man. Yeah, I hate them too. Little fucking bastards. Ain't none of them good. They're all evil little shits, is what they really are. Hey, let's don't lie. Kids need a good swift kick in the fucking ass because they're all little evil demons. While everybody else is going, oh, but they're so good and they're so special. Fuck you too, you cocksucking motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck kids. Unless they're mine, you know, if they're mine, then fuck you, I'll kill you. But that's the way it ought to be. That's life. Well, you know, it's according to what you call accomplishments. Yeah, I may need a speech therapy class. It's according to what you call accomplishments. If you're here, I'll be honest with you, you're probably a little bit insane. You're probably a lot crazy. And you've probably done things that most people would never do in their lives. But if you're here, you also have seen the light in some kind of way, or you wouldn't be here. And if you're here, you damn sure ain't lying to yourself no more than what we have to lie to ourselves in subtle ways. I mean, everybody does. Every day that we wake up, we lie to ourselves just a little to fucking try to hang on to some kind of sanity. Because if we all knew the fucking truth, we'd all go insane. We really would. That old saying, you can't handle the truth, that applies to everybody. If you knew the full truth, our pea little fucking minds would explode. We would not be able to function. We would be one of these mental fuckers that have to go, they're catatonic. They can't even move. So in a weird way, Satan kind of helps you out a little bit by not being in a vegetative state. Because lies actually help you out. I know that sounds weird, and I don't agree with lies. Y'all know this. Y'all know I'm a Christian. I mean, when I say that, I'm a full-blown Christian. I'm one of those, Jesus Christ, I believe in. Now, I don't care what you believe in. I don't, you know, when I say I don't care, that's just none of my business. I'm just talking about me. But it is very weird how we have to tell ourselves everything is okay in order to keep going when they're never okay. Nothing in this world is okay. Nothing. You hear them old Baptist preachers slapping a Bible on top of some young dude's head saying, Satan runs this world, son. Well, he was fucking actually right. He was really right. And so we have to kind of pull through the fucking matrix there and go down every goddamn rabbit hole and wormhole and everything else just to stay sane enough to get up every day and to go do anything. It's very weird. Maybe that sounds crazy, but I am crazy. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm insane. Y'all know that. Yeah, I know it. Hey, 35. You know, when I talk about 38, that's when it really starts to kick in. Yeah, once you hit 35, that is a marking point. It really is. You're no longer a young man. You can still be a young man at 30, 31, 32, 33. Somebody asks you what's your age? Oh, I'm 34. But once you hit 35, everybody stops and looks. That is the breaking point. But still at 35, if you ask me, most men don't really go through the shit. It's on into 36 and 37. And then when you get 38, you go, oh, fuck. And then that 39, then you're like, oh my God. And then when 40 clicks over, nobody will ever see you the same. I agree with that, Big. I really do. I even like a toke every now and then. I really do. I'm not a big smoker, but I do have to have one every now and then. I used to smoke. Good God, I used to go through a fucking ounce every 3-4 days. Just smoking my back out all the time. Yep, you wake up, you bake out, and then around 10 you got to have another one. Then at 12 you need one. Then by 3 you need a good tater, and then 5 o'clock comes. Yeah, you need that good brew. And then you need a big old fat tater on top of that. And then you usually smoke out around 8, 9 o'clock, something like that, and then pass out. I wish I could smoke like that. I'm just so not used to it anymore that I tell you, one toke just blasts my ass, and I start to goddamn. I'll be honest with you, I'm just not used to it. Maybe I should start smoking again. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should start just fucking, because I used to, weed kind of helps you to keep a fucking schedule. If you're some fucker like me, hell, I was up all fucking night last night. All goddamn night. If I was smoking weed, there'd be no way to fucking stay up. Legalize. Y'all know me. I say legalize it all. Legalize fucking heroin, cocaine, weed, and then just let shit sort itself out. That's real freedom. It really is. I know that's scary as hell to anybody who has kids or anything like that, but that is real freedom. Y'all want to hear anything? Y'all tell me something. I'll play it. If y'all know cool people, tell them to come join. It's 12 now. It's going on the witching hour. I'll be up at least another 2 hours. Unless everybody leaves, then I'll find something else to do. Can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you have them everywhere world? Which one was that? Red door? Painted black? Or Sister Morphine? Oh yeah. Am I buffering? Offline? Seasons don't feel the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. Come on, baby, don't feel the reaper.
Baby, I'm your
Okay, so I am here. Hold on, guys. I hear some machines going.
here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and 40,000 little women every day. 40,000 little women every day. Every 40,000 women every day. Come on, baby, don't feel the reaper. Baby, take my hand, don't feel the reaper. We'll be able to fly, don't feel the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La, 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 la. I don't mind coming here, wasting all my time. Cause when you're standing oh so near,
We'll see if this don't get flagged
I
too.
lose my mind. It's not the perfume that you wear, it's not the ribbons in your hair. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. Doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep. Yeah, always knew very well, and you look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. I guess you're just what I needed, what I needed. I needed someone to be. I guess you're just what I needed, what I needed. I needed someone to please. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. Cause when you're standing oh so near, I kinda lose my mind. Yeah, not the perfume that you wear.
Hey, baby. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Here, let me see if I can.
I guess you're just what I needed, what I needed. I needed
some wrenches there. Big, you still there?
I needed someone to please.
Yeah, Big is still there. Let me give Big a wrench. Why didn't they give us Big? Why didn't they give Thunder a wrench?
I guess you're just what I needed, what I needed. I needed someone to
remove moderator. Where the hell's add moderator? Y'all, I'm looking at remove moderator, hide user on this channel, put user in timeout, remove report. Why in the hell don't it say add moderator? I swear to God, y'all, I can film this shit. Are you showing up as a moderator, Thunder? Because I do not have add moderator. What is going on with YouTube? I don't get it. I don't. I swear to God. I'm looking at report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on his channel, or remove moderator. Are you a moderator right now, Thunder? Are you showing up with a wrench? Because I'm not seeing you with a wrench. I'm trying to give y'all one.
I met a strange lady.
Not that nobody gives a damn about a wrench, but I'm so confused.
You come from a land down under. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
That wasn't yesterday, Big. That was fucking 4 days ago, dude.
6'4", full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. He said, I come from a land down under. Did I slow and mention her? Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Diamond, again and Monday. With a fat jaw, not much to say. I said, chill man, are you trying to jump me? Because I come from the land of plenty. And he said, oh, you come from a land of thunder. When the snow and red thunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
Tandy, why would you ever want to stop? Why would you ever want to stop with me? Think about it. How could you ever even want to? You should want every second in this universe with me. How could you even think about winning yourself off at all? Thanks for turning me on to this. Yeah, I'm addicted. I am addicted. Good God. Our southern fucking tongues. Very addicted. It's to the point of, I may need rehab.
Chances. What are the chances? The chances that I'd find you stealing glances across a crowded room and taking a chance or two. Love, it has a funny way of knowing what to do. Oh, but the chances, what are the chances? The chances that I'd find you.
So sexy. So, oh my God. On my deathbed, I may request this song.
I've had a few, but none like this before. The circumstances that brought me to you, are they just chances and nothing more? Love, it has a funny way of showing what is true. Oh, but the chances, what are the chances? The chances that I'd find you. Love, it has a funny way of knowing what to do. Oh, but the chances, what are the chances? The chances that I'd find you. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. But how can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, maybe I'd give you my word. How can I, when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way. You can call it another day. You can go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around. Checking up, so
I miss my little beard.
if I could, maybe I'd give you my word. Open up,
Be back in about a month.
everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way.
Need to shave my pubes, but
Call it another
that's
day.
private. I won't talk about it.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
I'll be honest with you, because I felt kind of stupid having a fucking beard with no hair. Why is that? Not that you can really call it a beard. So I should leave it next time. I was paranoid.
Don't come around here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? Very tired, and I'm not feeling.
Why didn't you tell me? You have to tell guys things like this. We're all sensitive.
Stay away. Don't you
We're all still little 3-year-old boys inside. You've got to know that.
Don't come in. I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
Did you? I didn't listen.
Knocking at my door. Make no sound.
I'll be down.
Go across the floor. If you
Imagine that.
will knock all day. I'll be trapped. And here I'll have to stay. I've done no harm.
My insecurity's got the best of me, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with my state of mental health. I like it here with my childhood friend. Here they come. Those feelings again. Who can it be now? 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 Is it the man come to take me away? Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy.
I've got to be insane because I miss my crazy German. Where the fuck is that dude, man? Where is my brother from another mother? You do, but not so much. Yeah, I guess you do. Yeah. Yeah, the thought of pussy really does change the dynamic. That's no kidding. Very true. Fuck. I'm worn out anyway. I am. I'm like a fucking old ragged fucking dog, man. Every fucking thing that's been talked about has already been talked about. Every fucking thing that's been done has been done. What the fuck is there left? I mean, y'all have to tell me things every now and then. Damn. I mean, I just tell me something to fucking talk about, you motherfuckers, you.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting at your best.
I'd be glad to rat on any goddamn thing there is, but fuck it. I've run out of fucking options at this point. A year and 9 months of doing this, you pretty much covered it all. Maybe that's what there is to talk about. This goddamn crazy fucking universe that we call YouTube. It is crazy. It's insane. how hard it is to fucking watch your goddamn self? That's no shit. I mean, make fucking vids every goddamn day. At this point, it ain't even every day because I'm like, fuck it. I'll go crazy if I keep doing this shit. You can't watch yourself without fucking going nuts. And that's why if y'all don't see a little heart show up in the fucking comments all the fucking time, that's because I don't want to fucking look at my fucking videos. I don't want to watch that shit. See, yeah, Thunder gets it. And Big too. Fucking nuts. Yeah, you can go fucking, you can turn into a madman real fucking easy. I never knew vanity until I never understood vanity. I knew vanity very fucking well. Oh, very fucking vain. But now I understand why vanity is not good. That's probably one of the most complicated fucking things there is on this universe. Is vanity. And that's why everybody that I watch, I notice they're still wrapped up in their vanity. They're not able to fucking let everything loose and risk it all. They're not able to say, well, this will be the last time I'll be shut down right after this. They're not able to do that. No, they've got to keep looking in the mirror. That is really what the fuck they think when they even start doing shit. That's really what they think is we don't want to do it. We can't do nothing to where we can't do this again. God forbid the end. And I don't want to be suicidal. I mean, I don't want to be one of those suicidal fuckers who just, fuck it, I'm going to make sure this is all over with now. No, it's not like that. It's everybody I see wants to fucking keep, they have to have that fame. They grow up thinking they're going to be famous. They want to be famous. That's the biggest goddamn American thing there is. And I see it worldwide with everybody. I do, even with the most fucking honest, even with the most truthful, I do. I still see that. I see it. Well, at least you don't have a fucking evil twin. He asked me it's better to have alter ego than it is an evil twin. I don't know what that motherfucker's going to do when he shows back up. I really don't. It kind of worries me. It really does. She said I'll turn you on sun into something strong. Play a song with the funky break. And go-kart Mozart was checking out the weather chart to see if it was safe outside. And little early birdie came by in his curly-whirly and asked me if I needed a ride. Asked me if I needed a ride. Well, she was blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a noose, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. She got down, but she
She ever thought she's gonna make it to the night. She's gonna make it tonight. Mama told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. But mama, that's where the fun is.
I tell you something that I've thought about more than once with fame. It's not how many people know you, it's who knows you.
Shooting stone, baritone, and he's like a rolling stone preacher from the east. 17 from the thick and bone, hit it in its golden bone, that's where they expect it is. It's a newborn chaperone standing in the corner, watching the young girls dance. It's a fresh stone,
Coming up, y'all know me, I play guitar forever. And I remember seeing people in the local Walmarts, because Walmarts are everywhere down here, y'all know that. And I would have people walk up and say, hey, do you remember fucking playing the other night, this and that? And I would be fucking half hungover or probably drugged out or what the fuck ever. And I remember saying, no, I don't. And I remember the look on their face when I said that. They was like, you don't fucking remember me? If you ever get a fan, if you ever have one fan in this world, you better exactly, yeah, people of Walmart, yeah. If you ever have one fucking fan on this earth, treat them like you would want to be treated. I didn't know that way back then. Because I would tell them, look, dude, I was drunk, I don't remember. Yeah, that's the worst goddamn thing you want to hear if you're a fan of somebody. Because after that, you're like, well, fuck that motherfucker there. Because if you're not an alcoholic, you don't realize that, damn. You don't realize that if you're not an alcoholic, you don't realize that people fucking, alcoholics just fucking do shit, and they do shit on the fucking fly, and they goddamn, and either they're good or bad, and they never worry about it, and they may not fucking remember you. But if you're fucking sane and you're sober, or you're the not the 10% of the population which are alcoholics. You don't realize that. And so you just think, fuck you, you fucking bastard. But everybody who entertains you are usually that 10%, whether it be comedians, musicians, fucking real true artists. Not these fucking pussy fuckers who go to goddamn SCAD in Savannah to anything like that. They're real fucking artists, and they their brains, hell, attention span. Attention's a fucking a real artist does not know attention span. I mean, good God. And so now it's even worse today because every goddamn real artist that's usually a fucking drunk, their attention span is not just like a goldfish. I'm talking just like a gnat. I regret not being nice to people like that when they would come up to me, and I do. I regret that.
Oh no, no, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Trying to blow back on the beer. Small sips. Small sips.
If I could reach the time that I reach, but I couldn't find, so I settled for one day. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh no, no, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh no, no, you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
I like to try to play along with stuff, y'all. As long as it's in E. If it ain't in E, then there's no possibility. I'll see what's going on.
You walked into the party like you were
Oh my God.
walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarlet was apricot. You had one eye in the mirror and you watched yourself above. And all the girls dream that they'd be your partner, they'd be your partner. You're so great. You probably think this song is about you. You're so great. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? You had me several years ago. When I was still quite naive. When you said that we made such a pretty pair. And that you would never leave. But you gave away the things you loved. And one of them was me. I got some dreams and were clouds in my coffee. Clouds in my coffee. You're so great. my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. Robin Thicke songs about you. You're so vain. We went up to Saratoga, and your heart's naturally warm. Then you bring your regret to see the total eclipse of the sun. When you're where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with someone who inspires life. So vain. The song is about you. You're so vain. The song is about you. Don't you, don't you,
No, apparently not too interesting. I see nobody's here. I do this when I'm sitting around because every song has a scale, and
wait a minute, baby. Stay with me a while. Said you give me life, but you never told me about the fire. Drowning in the sea of love, where everyone would love to drown. But now it's gone. It doesn't matter what comes. When you build your house, then call me home. He was singing, and I knew You're the poet in my heart. Never change, never stop. But now it's gone. It doesn't matter what for. But when you feel your heart, well then call me home.
All right, sweetie, you the only one left? 'Cause it's getting late.
All the time, I go anywhere, anywhere, anywhere.
It's been over an hour already.
Do you love? Well, everyone would love to drown, but now it's gone. They say it doesn't matter anymore. If you build your house, then please call me home. Sarah, you're the poet in my heart. Never change, and don't you ever stop. Now it's gone. No, it doesn't matter anymore. When you build your house, I'll come
Prayer you. Let me see what see if I disagree with any of this. I don't know who's watching because I don't see the chat. I'm watching my own YouTube. Pretty sure everybody's left already anyway.
Dennis Prager here in my home for the weekly Fireside Chat. It is great to be with you. I hope you feel the same. I guess most of you do, otherwise you wouldn't be with me. So that was somewhat of a rhetorical comment. Anyway, I always open up with some thoughts on either some personal issues or some political, social, religious, and then I take your questions. Thank you for being with me again. This is a totally non-scripted, totally spontaneous, from my home to you.
Okay, right off the bat, look, you know, I like the dude, I really do, but if it's really totally fucking spontaneous and all that kind of shit, then why would you even say it? Can y'all see me saying, damn, hey, what's going on, guys? This is all spontaneous. This is all scripted. I mean, this is all non-scripted. I mean, I just, I like the guy, but come on. That means that you thought about it. That means that you fucking said, look, we want to be really. He just wants to be Eric.
Way that enables me to come across to you as about as real as possible. I mean, I'm pretty real on radio and in speeches, but this is like even realer than real. No, this is realer than the others. Okay, so much for that. So I can't obviously avoid the dominant subject right now, which is the president and the massive amount of attacks against him.
Why do I smell bullshit all of a sudden? I like the guy. I do. I like every fucking thing he says. But let's replay that right there.
And then I take your
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Thank you for being with me again. This is a totally...
Who's watching me? Nobody. Am I talking to myself again? Yeah, that's all I'm seeing is one watching. But as long as there's one, that's enough. Honestly, I'd probably talk to myself right now. Oh, I know that sounds crazy.
Non-scripted, totally spontaneous, from my home to you, in a way
really,
that
Dennis?
enables...
Come on, Dennis. Come on, Dennis. Is it really that scripted? Or did a bunch of fucking college kids come to you and say, here's what we really like. We like real motherfuckers. We like people who don't fucking think about fucking what they're going to do or what they're going to say. They just fucking do it. And so, is that what happened, Dennis? And so you decided, oh, here's a way to manipulate. Is that what happened, Dennis? Did you spend a little bit of time thinking about how you could manipulate somebody? That's really spontaneous, Dennis. That's really real, Dennis.
Me to come across to you as about as real as possible. I mean, I'm pretty real.
I actually fucking do that. I actually fucking think that, but I'll fucking tell you that I do that. I do think about how in the fuck can I manipulate your fucking ass. Look here, I love each and every fucking one of you to death. I do, but I won't come off like, oh, this is just so spontaneous. No, we fucking think about those things, Dennis. That's what we fucking do, or we wouldn't fucking be here. You gray-headed old fucking bastard. Quit lying.
On radio and in speeches, but this is like even realer than real. No, this is realer than the others.
Realer than real?
So much for
holy motherfucker. Boy, I tell you what, boys. Y'all listen to Realer Than Real is what y'all listening to right now. Yeah. Yeah, he's by a fireside. Yeah,
So I can't obviously avoid the dominant subject right now, which is the president and the massive amount of attacks against him for treason and being against America and being in the pocket of Vladimir Putin. And I can only tell you...
PewDiePie. I call him PewDiePie. I love my PewDiePie. Fuck PewDiePie. I love my PewDiePie.
That we are living through the most orchestrated hysteria of my life. And I have listed in my book, Still the Best Hope, which is about Americanism, Islamism, and leftism. And I listed in there on the chapters on the left I listed 11 hysterias and there have been about another 11 since I wrote the book, which is only a few years ago. We're in a constant state of hysteria, constant. It doesn't stop. It's all a lie, and we're suffering for it. It's made up stuff. Let me give you an example of one that just happened since Donald Trump was elected.
Let me give you an example. Go back to the first 30 fucking seconds of this goddamn video if you want to talk about a lie. And I like this dude, people. I do. I lovey-dovey him all to fucking death. I do. I love this dude. But really? We are contradictions as people. And that's pretty much all I'm bitching about right now, if I'm even bitching. But we are all, everybody is a walking contradiction. I don't give a damn who you are.
He has created a massive amount of increase in anti-Semitism. Well, I know something about anti-Semitism, having written a book about the subject, having taught Jewish history at Brooklyn College, and having fought it my whole life. I knew from the beginning it was a lie. It was just a gigantic lie, but it dominated. It dominated the media just like this Helsinki is dominating the media now. That dominated the media for months, maybe half a year, because there were a lot of calls to Jewish community centers that were terrible. They were bomb threats and other threats. And it turned out that 90% of those calls came from a mentally disturbed American Jewish teenager living in Israel. The other 10% came from a left-wing black guy in America who wanted to.
Is anybody else going, holy shit? Rewind that. A mentally disturbed Israeli American living in Israel or a fucked up black dude?
That were terrible. They were bomb threats and other threats. And it turned out that 90% of those calls came from a mentally disturbed American Jewish teenager living in Israel. The other 10% came from a left-wing black guy in America who wanted to get his...
You mean it wasn't a fucking southern redneck? Oh my God. That's racist. If it wasn't a fucking southern redneck doing that shit, then that's completely fucking racist, Prager.
Ex-girlfriend in trouble. He wanted to somehow frame
bastard Israel Jew.
So the whole thing was a lie. I went on CNN and I said it was all a lie, and they didn't appreciate my saying that, but it was. And they're doing everything possible to undo the last election. That is all this is about. This is not about Putin. This is not about Russia. This is not about
Pootie pie, you dumb Jew. Pootie pie.
Trump not taking America's interest first. It is all about delegitimizing his election. I've never seen anything like it. The truth is, there has never been anything like this in American history. That's the truth. That's what's happening. And it's a disgrace, and I don't want you to fall in for it.
Well,
here's a fact. Okay, here's some facts.
Now I've been warned.
President Trump has been so much harder on Russia than his predecessor, Barack Obama, that if one cared even this bit, a teeny eensy beensy bit about truth, this would not be an issue. But these people don't care about truth. The media don't care. The Democratic Party doesn't care. They care about delegitimizing this election. That's what it's been about. This man...
You must be a fucking prophet. It's taking this goddamn long to say this. You must be a fucking prophet.
Donald Trump. This man sent not only arms to Ukraine with which to fight whom? Uruguay? No, Russia. Barack Obama sent food. That's what he said. He sent army meals. That's what he sent. Donald Trump sent anti-tank weapons to the Ukrainians. Donald Trump got out of the treaty with Russia's ally, Iran. Donald Trump told Germany, don't rely, just before Helsinki, don't rely on Russian energy, their natural gas line from Russia. It's not a good thing. Donald Trump has been consistently, so much so, he bombed American forces. Okay, I've heard Donald Trump for 3 times, and anytime I hear things 3 times, I start to wonder. I'll hang in there. I'll hang in there. Denny. I'm gonna call him Denny from now on. Denny P. P. Denny. That's what I'll call him. P. Denny. Bombed in Syria, and Russians were killed. This is just a few months ago. And these people on the left have the audacity to charge Donald Trump with not being preoccupied with America's interests, but with Putin's, to the extent that Time magazine this week has on its cover Donald Trump and Putin's faces morphing into one face. This is all a lie, a gigantic lie. By the way, Time is really Time's commitment to truth is truly close to zero. It had a cover just a couple of weeks ago of Donald Trump, gigantic Donald Trump with a little Hispanic kid, the Hispanic girl crying. But it came out very shortly thereafter that the picture of that girl was actually about 2 feet from her mother. She was not separated from her parents. The cover is a fraud. But it doesn't matter, because who's going to call out Time? Newsweek, the New York Times, the LA Times, Washington Post, CNN, NBC, NPR, PBS, ABC, CBS. Who's going to call them out on it? They all follow the same pattern. Delegitimize this presidency. Delegitimize the last election, because they're so angry that Hillary Clinton lost and a Republican won, and especially the Republican that they particularly hate. But they've hated all the Republicans. Many of you may not remember, many of you undoubtedly do, they hated George W. Bush. They hated him. Bush lied, people died. Right? And he's an idiot. And they hated everyone. They hated Reagan. Oh, by the way, this is the irony of ironies. The Democratic Party and the left, they're accusing an American president of not being hard enough on the Russians. When Ronald Reagan said that the Russians were an evil empire, he was attacked vociferously by the entire left, New York to LA Times, and all the networks in the Democratic Party. How dare a president of the United States call the Soviet Union? And that, and believe me, the Soviet Union was worse than Russia. Okay, even though it was led by Russia, it was a far greater danger than Putin's Russia. I'm not a Putin fan, but Pootie pie, you dumb Jew. It's Pootie fucking pie. You can leave out the fucking, but it's Pootie pie. I am a big truth fan, and the truth is there's no comparison between Putin's Russia and the Soviet Union. I've been to both, and I speak Russian. Let me tell you, there's a lot more freedom. It's not a fully free country, but it's incomparably better than it was under the Soviet Union. And the same with the threat to America and to the world. All of a sudden, the left are the big hawks? Oh my God, give me a break. It's forgive me, nauseating. The whole thing is hysteria. Just don't get caught up in it. Donald Trump loves the United States. With all his flaws, it's the one thing I am certain of. He truly loves America. He would never sell this country out to any country. It wouldn't even occur to him. Let me light up here and suspect right there.
God bless America, all that kind of shit. I know propaganda when I see it. And I don't disagree with him. One goddamn word he said. I don't. I know propaganda when I see it. What was the first thing that we were taught here in this little live chat with P. Diddy? P. Denny. P. Denny, not P. Diddy, but P. Denny. What was the first thing we were taught? This is real. This is real as it gets. It does not get no more real than this. It's so real that, hell, real may have to question what real really is. Really, really, really. So real. I am very, I don't know what the word is. You with that, Alec. I have suspects. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too easy to blame. I am. Yeah, I'm bad about that. Too easy to blame. Yeah, I think I'm right too. I don't know. Until you have evidence, you don't know. All right. Here's what we're dealing with right here. Fireside. Hang on.
Is hysteria. Just don't get caught up in it. Donald Trump loves the United States. With all his flaws, it's the one thing I am certain of. He truly loves America.
Look here. I think that too. But when I watch this now, because I know that YouTube is the new TV. People do not fucking watch TV anymore. They don't. It's too stupid. So, when I see people of this magnitude and power, which is what he has, when I see these things, I always question them. You could always question everything, people, no matter what. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If there's guys out there in the chat listening to me, you know as good as I do that the woman that you love the most will be the one that stabs you in the back or in the lung and spleen and in the heart and every damn thing else. So I always wonder what's going on when I listen to these authoritarians of America.
He would never sell this country out to any country.
Never.
It wouldn't even occur to him. Let me light up here.
It wouldn't even occur to him. Well, I'm sorry. If the motherfucker can't goddamn think about it, then I don't know if I'd want him as a leader. Because I could think about it. I love you all to death here. But I could think about turning my back and walking away at any goddamn minute. I could think about it at least. If I wasn't capable of thinking about it, that would make me a goddamn machine. Okay, I know it's kind of nitpicking, but still, hey, it was something.
And relight, I should say. It was already lit up. Okay, so there's another thing about this hysteria that is truly, it's evil. The left has cheapened every evil, every one. The calling of the supporters of Donald Trump Nazis and calling him a Nazi, all that has done is cheapen the Nazi evil. If Trump and
yeah, true. Yeah, you can call it. Yeah. I kind of feel like a Nazi every day now. Let's see. What am I now? I'm a racist, Nazi, bigot, homophobe, xenophobe. Oh yeah, I hate trannies. 3-year-old, non-gender conforming. Yeah, come on. I'm probably all of them.
are Nazis. After all, I support him. I voted for him. If I, a Jew who's devoted a good part of my life to protecting Jews, if I'm a Nazi, then the Nazis aren't bad, are they? Think about it. They've done this to everything. You name the evil, and the left has cheapened it by calling everyone they differ with a racist. If you, according to the University of California, if you say,
Johnny don't have to hope.
I believe there is only one race, the human race, you are called a racist for that comment. If you think black dormitories is segregation and you're against segregation because you're a liberal.
But I am a racist, you Jew bastard. Why can't I say that? Why don't people love me if I just say that I'm a racist? Why don't they love me when I say that? I don't get it.
You're a racist. Okay? So all they did is cheapen racism. Racism is really evil. The left has cheapened it. The left has...
I'm offended. He just called me evil. Do you think I'm evil? Do you really think I'm evil? Jew bastard motherfuckers.
It cheapened every bad thing. Sexual attack, sexual assault. Man touches a woman's hand unwelcome. It's called a sexual assault. Okay. I'm not for unwelcome touching of hands, but a sexual assault and even cheapening.
Are you
of the
trying
rape,
to say?
is
this man trying to say he would grab him by the pussy? Is he really trying to say that he would grab him by the pussy? He don't have my nuts. That motherfucker would be scared to grab a bitch by the pussy. I will grab you by the pussy. I will. When I know I can, and I'll know it, I can smell it. When I can grab you by the pussy, I will.
On campus, you know how I know that's a lie, that they don't even believe it? They send their daughters to college. Would you send your daughter to a place with a rape culture? Bet you wouldn't. They don't believe their lies.
Yeah, they will, just to get them out the fucking house. What are you talking about? They'll send them motherfuckers off to get gangbanged just to get them out the goddamn house. What are you talking about, you fucking motherfucker?
We are swimming in the ocean of the left's lies. Not liberals. Liberals and leftists are not the same. Liberals don't know this, but they're not. There are some liberals who do, like Professor at Harvard Law, Professor Alan Dershowitz. He knows that the biggest problem for liberalism is not the right, it's the left. He said so. He said it to me. It's on camera in his apartment in New York City. So the latest is on MSNBC. A woman said, one of their reporters, that what'd she say? Oh yes, and she was not alone. A lot of people said this was the equivalent. What happened in Helsinki was the equivalent of Pearl Harbor, the equivalent of 9/11, the equivalent of Kristallnacht. You know what Kristallnacht was?
Yes,
the night the Nazis started the Holocaust in Germany, when they beat Jews in the streets, burned down.
Oh my God. Oh, I should forget about the hundreds of millions who died in Russia. I should forget about the millions that died over here as white people were wiping out the fucking engines. The one thing I should remember, you white-haired Jew bastard, is your fucking race. I should always remember that, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I, son? You real motherfucker, you. You real motherfucker.
Synagogues and destroy Jewish shops. 9/11? This is the equivalent of 9/11? What the Russians did and what happened in Helsinki? It's the equivalent of 9/11? Does not every single person who lost a loved one on 9/11 find that repulsive? Their husband, their brother,
All right, we heard 9/11. 9/11. 9/11. We heard 9/11 3 fucking times, if not 4. What about Building 7? What about Building 7? What about Building 7? What about Building 7? What's up with Building 7? Did Building 7 just get tired and say, fuck it, I can't go on without those two? What about Building 7? You Jew motherfucker, you.
Their friend, their son, jumped out of an 80-floor window lest he be incinerated, and they're comparing this 3,000 Americans slaughtered. But it works. It works because if all you listen to is the mainstream media, then you start thinking, whoa, this is as bad as Pearl Harbor. Tell that to the, well, they're not here anymore. Maybe a couple of survivors.
Oh, I know.
I know what happened at Pearl Harbor.
Yes, oh boy, I tell you what, yeah, I feel so fucking bad about that planned attack that was arranged by our own goddamn government. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Oh my God, really?
Barbara, I wasn't alive, but I know what happened. It's not Pearl Harbor. So this is a very, very depressing time in American life because of.
Is it now?
The incendiary.
Is it really that depressing?
To undo the election of an American president. That's all it's about.
I know depression.
That's what I wanted you to know.
This ain't depression.
It's an unprecedented time in American history. Okay, time for me to take your questions.
Alrighty then. I think I've already asked you.
Alrighty, here we go. Christy from Romania. I was just in Romania, by the way. I had a great time. I lectured in Cluj and in Bucharest. And it was tremendously moving experience.
Tremendous, that's a very powerful fucking word. Tremendous is really a powerful word. Tremendous implies tremors. Tremendous implies the ground moving up under you. Tremors implies earthquakes. And if there's ever a fucking earthquake, believe me, you won't know what to do. You will freak out. You will run out of your fucking house not knowing what to do. Is it really tremendous? Is it really fucking tremendous?
Romanian psychology student in the UK, what advice do you have for people who disagree with the establishment's political indoctrination? Give them as many PragerU videos as possible. I'm not kidding. They're free.
I know you're not kidding. I know you're not, baby. I know that. You mean every goddamn word you say, sonny boy. Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get it, son. Yeah. Yeah, and if we was all just to lick your ass every fucking day, then goddamn, you couldn't find a better fucking outlook on life now, could you? Cock-sucking Jew motherfucker.
So there's no money involved here. I just that's why we created.
Kill me now. Just fucking kill me now. What did I just hear? Did I hear there was no money involved here?
I'm not kidding. They're free, so there's no money involved here.
Calm down, Eric. Just calm the fuck down. Just calm down. Calm down.
I just that's why we created Prager University, in order to undo this indoctrination. It's not the only thing you can do, but it's a big one. Send them articles, show them other ways of understanding life that are far more accurate, and make them aware in a very nice way that there really is an indoctrination taking place. Good luck. Okay.
I'll tell you something, you bitch bastard. We don't need luck from you Jew motherfuckers. And we ain't that goddamn stupid.
Hey, Zach, 32 in Portland. Do you hunt or fish? Why? Well, I don't. They're separate. I consider them separate. I don't. I'll begin with the less dramatic one. I don't fish only because I find it boring. But
no, that's because you don't do either. You are so far fucking removed from nature that you don't do either. Because you can't say, I consider them separate. I consider fishing and hunting separate. Cock-sucking motherfucker. That means you do not know nothing about nature. And that's all there is to it.
That doesn't mean it's boring. It's just I find it boring. There are people who love it. It is the most relaxing thing in the world.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Some people do it because they feel like they need to do it to be a man. I get that.
Them, it's fine with me. I don't have any issue with fishing. Hunting is a more difficult issue. And let me make.
Is it really? I could walk out here tonight and shine a light and fucking wipe out at least 3 deer. They run like rats, you fucking idiot. These are people who they don't live in nature. They don't.
Clear. I know people who hunt. They are people of impeccable character. They're kind.
Are they?
They care about it.
Oh, I know coon hunters who starve their fucking dogs for a day, you cocksucking motherfucker. Impeccable character. Yeah, no, some of them are the fucking lowest fucking life forms on the goddamn earth.
Animals, they care about people. But I couldn't hunt. And I don't, there's nothing that appeals to me about a sport that kills animals. I don't say this condemning people who do it, because as I said, some of the finest people, or some very fine.
Well, I'm really glad you apologized.
Do love hunting, and they usually eat the animal, and they understand all of these issues. But the culture that they grew up in, unlike
what a kiss-ass motherfucker. You kiss-ass motherfucker. You don't fucking know half of these motherfuckers. You don't even fucking know one of them.
The culture that I grew up in, and in my religion, in Judaism, it's forbidden. So that's another reason. But even if it weren't, I find
This is my last
I
beer,
don't relate to it.
and then I'll end this
But hey,
crazy.
the reason
fucking
that I
stream.
can't sit here and act holier than thou with regard to hunters is that I eat meat, and I suspect that it might be easier for an animal to be shot and just die in the wild than it is to be raised on a on a place where they just raised to be slaughtered. So I'm no holier than thou. I'm just telling you what I can do or can't do. One other thing though that is worth noting, maybe I should even do a.
Maybe you should shut your fucking Jew ass mouth.
Here's the interesting
if you
thing
don't know what
between
the fuck
treatment
you're
of
talking
animals
about.
and treatment of people. People who are cruel to animals almost always will end up cruel to people. It's almost a given. But people who are kind to animals, that has no relationship to how they treat people. None. So
I agree.
that's what everybody knows. Part one, cruel to animals equals cruel to people, or leads to cruel to people. But they don't think about the other one. Here is the irony, and I only use the term when it is absolutely applicable. The Nazis were very pro-animal. They would not even use animals for medical experiments, but they did use people for medical experiments. Hideous, torturous.
And they're still not? They're still not doing that? You mean these alphabet agencies are not using all the radio waves in the world with towers set up everywhere? They're still not experimenting? Why are we always listening to people who think that we're dumb and living 50 years ago? Everyone here, I guarantee you, knows that we're being fucking manipulated. The fucking microwaves in our fucking cell phones, in our fucking laptops, in our Wi-Fi, every fucking where we go, we're being fucking manipulated. We're being controlled. But when Alex Jones says it, oh, he's a crazy bastard. But if Dennis Prager says something, then, oh, we must listen because he sits beside a fire with a cigar and looks like the epitome of knowledge and wisdom. Well, I don't see that. I see a fucking old Jew that don't know shit is what I see.
Experiments without any anesthesia. There is no relationship between kindness to animals and kindness to people. But there is relationship between cruelty to animals and cruelty to people. Okay?
Well, I'll be goddamn. Well, then Obama fucking bombed the shit out of how many motherfuckers in the Middle East? George W. bombed how many motherfuckers in the fucking Middle East under a false fucking narrative? You know, people are animals too. Maybe Prager, maybe you might want to sit down and really fucking think about that. Just for a minute. You know, you ain't got to spend fucking hours at it like you did when you was trying to study what the fuck ever you fucking study, you fuckwad motherfucker. But maybe you want to think about that just for a second. Hell, give it 30 seconds. Fuck it. 30 seconds of real thought. Real fucking thought. You never know. Your life may be changed, baby.
Ho, 21 in Vietnam. I do believe in God. Should I still go to church every week or just stay home and read the Bible? So my general belief is that religion. Not all religions are good, and not all religion, even in good religions, is good. It's religion's a mixed bag, and I'm involved in my religion, but religion's a mixed bag. There's good religion.
Wow. Hey, I want to know what y'all think about this. Tanya's retracting messages. Lord have mercy. I want to know y'all thoughts on this right here. What he was just. Hang on. Let me back it up just a few seconds.
It is a good thing to be part of a good religion. Not all religions are good, and not all religion, even in good religions, is good. It's religion's a mixed bag, and I'm involved in my religion, but religion's a mixed bag. There's good religion, and there is not so good, and there's even bad religion. So,
what's the bad religion then? What is the bad religion?
if you have a religion that makes people kinder and finer and more moral and so on, then it's a good thing to be part of it. It's a good thing to
well,
have
who
a
is
community.
that? Who is that, Denny? P. Denny? Who is that, P. Denny? Who does that? Give me the fucking religion that does that. I'll be straight with fucking everybody. I've not seen one goddamn religion that does that. Some are far worse than others. But if you have a fucking religion with a title, it only separates. It does not heal. Oh, and don't we love healing? Oh, we really love fucking healing until we have to think about the truth.
And even if you're not into services, it's still worth going. So
who's not into services? You know what, if you have to get up and tell yourself to go help somebody, then you're in a cult. Service comes naturally. It don't come from, I need to help somebody today. I know this dumb bum on the side of the street who's been there forever. I need to help him because my religion says I should. That's a cult. That's not religion. Anything unnatural is a cult.
We need people and we need communities, and it's good to build communities. Why not have a church service that just studies Bible? If you're not into prayer, I'm not much into prayer. I admit it. I'm not proud of it. I'm just.
Think about that right there, y'all. Dennis Prager, not much into prayer. Think about that next time you fucking worship one of his fucking videos. If it wasn't for fucking prayer, my ass wouldn't be here right now. And I ain't saying I have to kneel down and bow my head and do all that kind. No. A fucking prayer is when you're going through the worst fucking times, you say, God, just please get me out of this. Just, you have to remind yourself that, hey, this too shall pass and all that kind of shit. A prayer ain't no fucking, it's not a ritual. It's something that you, and if you don't do it every day, then you'll wind up fucking praying harder the goddamn next day. I can guarantee you that shit. Any fucking man who don't believe in prayer is one cock-sucking dead motherfucker. I'm talking his soul is dead. It's not even real.
Just not. But I go to synagogue every week, and I teach there. So I love the teaching part. I'm a big Bible fan. And by the way, Ho, since you know English, I really hope you'll get the Rational Bible, the first of my 5-volume commentary on the first 5 volumes of the Bible. It's called the Rational Bible. And for any of you who are atheists,
this is a lesson, y'all, and I'll explain it in the end here.
Reviews on Amazon, and you'll see how people are affected by it. I won't say more. It's called the Rational Bible. But yes, studying Bible with others is a very powerful thing.
Really.
Alistair in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
What are y'all doing?
What is your favorite book in the Old Testament and why? I think it's Exodus. That's why I began with Exodus. Because it has the 10 Commandments and it has so many great laws in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so profound.
Yeah.
And it's about.
Oh yeah, he teaches, but it's not a big.
So I would say Exodus.
I don't trust any man who does not.
Again, the 10 Commandments.
When I say, and when I say pray, I don't mean you have to fucking kneel down or any damn thing like that. If God, I'm getting done. I'm stuttering and tongue tied. If at each fucking every day, there's not some point to where you say, thank you, God, for letting me be here. I mean, in some kind of way, in your mind. It's just all in your mind. And if some kind of way you don't fucking think that, hey, I really got it fucking made because there's some people that fucking can't walk. There's some motherfucking kids who don't get to fucking live because they're fucking goddamn killing them goddamn by the millions every day. I mean, come on. If you don't get that, any man who says I'm not a big fan of prayer, what a arrogant fucking cocksucker. I mean, that is fucking satanic. I'm sorry, people.
Explain the 10 Commandments at great length in my Rational Bible. I think all told it's about 18,000 words.
Every fucking atheist.
And I write.
Every devil worshiping fucking atheist, yeah, they know that in the back of their mind, that the 10 Commandments actually fucking work. That's why I always say that. I don't give a fuck whether you believe in God or not, but if you can live by the 10 Commandments, then hell, we'll all get along. It's only when you don't live by that is when we fucking go to chaos. I just prayed for Dennis. I mean P. Denny. Sorry. I got his name wrong. P. Denny. I really did. I really hope that this man will come down to the truth. And that's all the hell I can do. And that's a real prayer. I really hope that for a split fucking second, I really fucking hope that.
Concisely. But that's big. If everybody lived by the 10 Commandments, you wouldn't have to lock your doors. It's an amazing thing.
P. Denny's been watching me.
The world would be. Mike, 42, Florida. Do you enjoy any sports? Well, I played racquetball and tennis a great deal in terms of playing. In terms of following, I like 2 sports in particular. Hockey is number 1, and baseball's number 2. And I admit, though a lot of Americans...
I know lies when I hear them, because you really don't give a fuck about the first two, do you, P. Denny? You really don't. I know it. It's a gift from God to see through lies, especially your own. And God, I am a liar. Y'all know that. And when I say that, to my own self is what I'm talking about. I try not to lie to anybody else. I do. I lie to myself more than I do other people. It's a curse and a blessing.
Americans will find this puzzling. I do watch the World Cup every 4 years. I'm riveted by it, in fact. I don't understand people who knock soccer. I don't know what there is to knock. It's incredibly skilled. I love team play much more than solo play. That's why I like hockey. This is sort of like hockey on grass. I have complaints about soccer. My biggest single complaint is the penalty shot.
Yeah, there are commies on the right, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. Probably fucking more there than goddamn anywhere.
The guy, let's say, touches the ball with his arm or his hand.
They really are.
Not allowed in soccer.
Talking about that right there, bringing that up. There's probably more commies on the right than there are the left. You have just more fools on the left. I'm talking complete fucking brain dead idiots, and I'm not talking about the average person. I'm talking about the people in power. You have more just idiots who've been put on a pedestal, just like Obama. Goddamn, Obama was placed up there. Oh, they took his fucking black ass and they put him right on up there. And here we have a shiny black man. How could you not vote for a black man in America today? Because if you don't, then you're not just racist, you're evil. All fucking I've been saying this over and over, and I'm always fucking right by a fucking year or more. If we don't get rid of these goddamn Republicans who are not going along with the fucking program, and they're trying to appease white people right now. They're trying to appease white people because they knew that goddamn, if we keep on, these fucking white fuckers are going to wind up goddamn storming the gates. And so that's why Trump's in there. There's so many times why I see where So What is on the right track. You cannot trust Trump. I agree with his policies. I do. I agree with everything he's been doing. But it seems like to me it's just a fucking another goddamn puppet sit up on a goddamn pedestal in order to keep the fucking masses sane. And I'm so sick of that. I'm sick of it. You can't have... Why are our borders still open? Why hasn't Congress passed laws about, God damn it, you can't come in this country unless you fucking willing to be here, be American, and fucking blend in. Well, I'll tell you why, because that just don't fucking happen. That never, if you're another color besides me, you're never going to assimilate with me. I don't even give a shit whether you have sex with my sister and you have fucking babies. You'll never fucking really get along with me. Because we're two different goddamn people. We're two different fucking species. Talk about fucking science denial.
Which is at least a 50% chance that they'll get a goal, and most soccer games are decided by one goal. Take off a player for 2 minutes, like they do in hockey. Let the other team have a man advantage for 2 minutes. Anyway, it's my suggestion. Okay, finally, Jessica, 59, Arizona. How can vegans be pro-choice? There are two separate...
I'll be straight up with you, folks. I would rather scrap for a living and scrape by and everything else than to be a fucking multi-millionaire with such goddamn bullshit and trying to manipulate people and thinking that I've done something when in the end, when I'm taking that final breath, that I'll know it was all for nothing and I was even wrong. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Separate issues here. This, as I on my video on PragerU on abortion, I make clear that my video is not at all about the legality. That's the choice issue, the legality of abortion. It's about the morality of abortion. So I think what you're really asking is, how can a vegan be morally supportive of abortion? And we're not talking about where the health of the mother is at stake, or even rape or incest. We could put that aside. Agreed.
I agree with this.
I agree. I think your question is very fair.
I already get this.
I asked that to the head on my radio show years ago.
Yeah.
I had Ingrid Newkirk, the head of People for the Ethical
How can you be a vegan
Animals,
and then slaughter
who said, and does say, she says and said, that the human being is no more valuable than a chicken, or for that matter, even a cockroach. So I then said, well, if that's the case, then you must be anti-abortion. If human beings.
And look, here, I'm looking at the chat now because I haven't been watching, but I'm going to tell you this now, and some of y'all may have went through bad times, but here's something I know, that anybody who's ever aborted their own youngin', and that means if you're a man and you had a woman who had an abortion, if y'all did it just if you did it without her dying, more or less, it changes a man. I mean, it changes them. They become actual psychos, actual serial killers. No shit. Once you do that, then you are never the same, and you never will be again, because you've killed your own fucking youngin'. I don't give a shit whether it was fucking a week old or a fucking or 9 months old. And that's the goddamn truth. You'll never fucking be the same again. And I would never want to feel that. I had an old lady that got pregnant once, and she lost it naturally. As a matter of fact, lost it, wound up in the fucking toilet. And when I say that, I mean it, you know. And she finally wound up having a kid. And God bless her. But if you intentionally kill your fucking youngin', then you're not going to be the fucking same after that. And when I say that, there's just something about you that will never be right. And the only way out of that is, that's when you'll have to wake up every day. If you want to keep living, you'll have to wake up every day and wish you didn't do it and ask for forgiveness from the universe or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Beings. If a cockroach has an infinite right to life, if a chicken does, then surely a human fetus does. And then she said, I take no position on the issue. Of course she takes no position on the issue. She'll lose half of her funding, if not more. But it's unbelievable. How could you say?
It is.
In effect.
It's unbelievable to the point where America will fall if we don't stop what we're doing. And I've heard many arguments about the black people. Well, what will we do with all these black kids? You know what? If you made abortion illegal, then you would not have what you have now. You would not have, it would happen right off. They would be a lot of fucking babies born. But after that, it would slow down so fucking much that it's unreal. And nobody wants to fucking tell you about all the goddamn white girls getting abortions. And I'm talking from white men. I'm not talking about fucking mixed babies or anything like that. Nobody fucking wants to talk about that. Damn, I'm fired up. Thank you, Jesus. I am. I'm fired up over that because that's not right. And when I say this, folks, this comes from I'm lucky. If I had not been firstborn of my mother, then I would not be here. My mother aborted many fucking babies. If I hadn't been the first one, then I wouldn't be here. And I don't give a damn who you are. If you ever find that shit out, you often wonder how many brothers, how many sisters would have had.
What she is saying is chickens are more valuable, cockroaches are more valuable than a human fetus, which is bizarre. But we live in a bizarre time. That's unfortunately what I think pure reason and logic would suggest. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Watch our PragerU videos and send in questions. And I'll see you next week. I'm Dennis.
Good vid, you old dirty Jew. Maybe you'll learn how to pray. And I mean that. That wasn't even being sarcastic. It really wasn't. God bless him. I really mean that. I love you 3 or 4. I do. I love you so much. I do. I mean that. I'm going to sign off here when this song is over. Thanks for hanging around. I mean that. Always remember, good works its way out. It does. No matter what. It's a chaotic universe, but we happen to be here. So that means that as chaotic as everything is, good always winds up existing. So if you're good, you'll exist.
You look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. I guess you're just what I need. That's what I needed. I needed someone to feed. I guess you're just what I needed. That's what I needed. I needed someone to bleed. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. 'Cause when you're standing oh so near, I kinda lose my mind, yeah. It's not the perfume that you wear, it's not the ribbons in your hair. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. I guess you're just what I need. That's what I need. I needed someone to feed. I guess you're just what I need. Just what I need. I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I need. Just what I need. I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I need. Just what I need. I needed someone to please. So please, you're just what I needed. You're just what I needed. You're just what I needed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the takeaway on this is what we all know. No matter how good you are and this and that, nobody knows where they're going to go when they're dead. Think about it. Tomorrow you can be riding down the road and some idiot happens to be on the phone, swerves over into the next lane, and bam, it's all over. We never know where we were before we were born. We were dead then. We wasn't alive. And we're all going to go back to death. And so the real takeaway is that the only thing that you really have is hope, is a wish, a dream. Because we know nothing of what that was or what it will be. I love you all, and I'm out.